They don't have to let you know shit. They want to. They want to throw it in your face. They don't have to do nothing. It just said that 5 people own all the media all the way down to the Bible, bro. They tell you because they think that you're fucking stupid. And most of you are. I'm sorry. I didn't come here to make friends. She dressed up as a reptile for a reason. We live in an inverted world. In this movie, people go and disturb these creatures. No, no. Creatures came and disturbed the people here. They're called hermaphrodites. And I would venture to say that all the entertainment business was to do was teach you to drink, which is the most lowest vibrational shit on the planet. Fuck before you're married. Sex is marriage. Marriage is sex. Once you combine DNA, that's it. That's all. One person. And if you don't hear anything anybody's ever said to you, you better teach your fucking children that. You want other people's DNA just swimming around inside your kids? Bro, sexual intercourse is allowing someone to enter the course of your spirit. You don't know what they could take from or leave there. God forbid it be a fucking baby with a maggot hermaphrodite like what happened to me with the Kansas City Mafia. He was born with a female skull and a uniball, which I now understand is the surgery where they have to close off the other hole like Jeff Epstein. And I mean, a micro penis. Breasts removed several times. Arms aren't long enough. Legs are not long enough. These are all the markers, okay? Belly button is in the location of a female on my baby daddy. Collarbone goes down on a woman. If they didn't have the surgeries and the lashes, in my opinion, this is Reiki Wilchins. This is what they would look like.
I think what really kind of started Transgender Day of Remembrance, we decided we would start a document of all the trans people we knew of.
Megan Fox is a male to female. On women, eyebrows stop in here before microblading out to here. The actual hairs on a male, though, are going to grow out to here. So women's hairs in here, male out here. Further. That's a man. It's very hard to keep up with the Kardashians because they move their belly buttons and stuff like that. The third leading cause of death in the United States of Israel is elective surgery. So I like to point out that that's a male. That's the location of a man's belly button. Obviously very insecure about it. You know, drag queens. It's just this is a drag queen, okay, and that's a very obvious drag queen to me now. I mean, it didn't used to be. That's a drag queen. Do you see the chin implant pulling like really hard right here? I mean, so many surgeries. The eyes wide set apart. That's the head of a male, and it sticks out right here. This is how you can tell their temples stick out where women have a divot right here in their skull. Can you hear me? They move their arms. This is the scar of shortening this bone right here. This has to be extremely painful, cutting off your arms and shortening the top of your arms, you guys. They don't lay right. Her arms no longer look right. That looks very odd to me. You have to learn the markers. Loompa, loompa, doo 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 doo. We shorten arms and remove body parts. Do you see that her arms do not? That looks like T-Rex. Leave yourselves the fuck alone, bro. Here are the markers, and a male clavicle goes across. Like every celebrity has the wrong clavicle, bro. Welcome back to, we're going over some of the markers of transhumanism, which is, in some cases hermaphrodite. These people are born with both parts. It said I wasn't there. So I just scratched myself and now I'm bleeding. I scratched it so hard that it's bleeding. So just don't mind that. It's very obvious to me that these are two men, but I didn't used to understand it. I always thought they looked manly, but I didn't understand that there was two different sizes of skulls on the planet, and then you got to stop and say, so if a forensic scientist had to identify people, which is not scary to you, how many people have probably gone missing and they got found and their gender came back wrong? They're identifying people as a male, but a woman went missing. Do you understand that concept? So obviously there's a female skull, that's a male skull, these are two men. I really love this picture because it depicts so many things for me as far as the government goes. So they lie about everything. I mean, it's a psyop. I don't know who's running it, an alien. I heard they traded us for technology. I heard that the aliens came and gave these people technology. It was set to release over certain amounts of time. There's a 100-year contract. There's a crack in the world. Sammy Hagar said, "There's a crack in the world. There's a crack in the world. It's so hard to breathe because there's just such a fine line between the good and the bad. But come 2025, there will be a great divide. A great divide. So we'll get to see who gets to stay and who gets to go. And if these are reptilian aliens, bro, eh, what do you think? How did he predict the Epstein files? The Epstein files were a big distraction for something. This is a female skull. And it's not that that is looking like Mrs. Rockefeller and Tom Hanks. It's, am I bleeding like badly? I feel blood on me. Damn. Is there? I can't see. So basically, I'm imagining things, and this is like the Game of Thrones, where you see the same person over and over and over again, but it's actually really the same person. And I know Tyler Hansen, the fittest, flattest earther, would like to tell you that these people don't die. None of us do. Okay, so I mean, these transhumans are going to die because that's I don't know. I mean, in my book, they are not coming back here. They were made in a petri dish. Okay, so you have to, the Bible says that the seed has to come from the seed. The seed is strong. Okay, so everything is inverted. In my opinion, women run everything. Okay, and they have both parts. So every single president is said to be related, and I have figured out that, a seventh grader figured that out this summer, last summer. And so, and she didn't know that they're in the wrong gender or anything like that. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that welcome back to going over some markers of hermaphrodites or transhuman situations. And I felt like this is a very good picture to let you guys know what's going on in the world if you care. I just don't want your daughters out here comparing themselves to people that aren't in the correct gender. We can't do the same things that these people do and have the same results. Okay. So this is Giselle, Tom Brady's wife. This is the skull of a male. Do you see how her skull pops out right here, like right about here at the temples? Her sister seems to, have all the correct body parts here. Belly button location is that of a male here. It is a female here. These are obviously women's hips. These are male hips. Do you see how, how they walk? And you guys think it's a catwalk. They have to train them to walk because their gait is so far apart. I don't know if you've seen the Paris Hilton. Is that blood literally on my face, you guys? Ah, I scratched myself for like 10 minutes, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now I think it's bleeding. Okay, so sorry. I'm supposed to be enjoying myself, and I just can't do it because I want to live outside. So it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna stay here forever. And so the lighting's awkward till I get inside the cabin here, the little my penthouse tent, and then I can. I'm just talking because I'm trying to run this to 10 minutes, and bugs just keep biting me. So basically, that's the male location of a belly button. Women's breasts, there's just a more distance here, and it's just something's not quite right here. So, I mean, they kind of, it's just, and then they got the natural slump in their shoulders, but the male skull is going to bulge out here. So now, what's her husband's name? I don't know, fucking whatever. So her husband has a female skull. So, and then the natural slump, and then male's arms are going to turn out like this. Back to going over some of the markers here. I'm going to break this up into smaller videos. So, basically, this is exactly what my daughter's father looks like. So his collarbones go down. That's the location of a female belly button. That's the skull of a female. It goes in like this. See how hers goes out. I mean, not every single one is going to match up totally. But you see the gait, how she's learned to walk like this because the gait is just spread apart. Those are not, these are female hips, and that's the hips of a male. So you have to ask yourself, if a forensic scientist had to identify Jennifer Lopez with the Adam's apple right there, would they say that that is a male or a female? They would find that person is a male with the bones, female with the bones. Have a nice day.